Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we are going to talk about how to create a better subheading. If you haven't heard the podcast or the video on YouTube, how to create better blogs, not how to create better blogs, how to create better headings, go ahead and listen to that one. And we are going to talk about subheadings today. And subheadings works in a whole different manner when it comes to blog titles. Okay, it's about creating that clickbaity title where the person is either roaming on social media or roaming on search engine or Google, and you want the click of the person. Now you got the click. Now you need to use some of the techniques, visual or other kind of techniques, to hold the attention of that person, and we are just talking about that now. So how to create it? But before we go into subheadings, please understand it is very, very important. If you're considering search engine or reader experience, you need to create H2s and H3s, which are also known as subheadings. So I won't be calling it H2 and H3 during the podcast. I'll be calling it subheadings. The chances of getting featured snippet will increase a lot if you have H2s and H3s. Okay, a proper blog structure get a lot of different kind of feature snippet, and people are actually going ahead and managing their old blogs and giving it a proper structure of H2 and H3 so that they can jump from 8th or ninth rank directly into featured snippet, so that there is a good chance of featured snippet going over there. Another thing, passage ranking is something that people need to start considering into their writing, that even if there is a huge competition or your blog is not ranking for the title that you have written, your H1, then it can rank for any of the subheadings. Like there can be a small passage that will start ranking on Google if person query is there and your blog or that particular paragraph is solving that query. Okay, so passage ranking is something that people need to start considering when they are making H2s and putting on the paragraphs, that what kind of paragraphs they want to write, and go ahead with that. Another thing is easy to read. So the one of the major reason you need to go with H2 is, like, no one likes reading one long paragraph. It's like reading a book in old times. No one wants to read. People want to read like sections of it, and they want to go ahead and skim through different sections, whatever is important to them or whatever is the most important to them. They want to go and skim through those sections and directly read what they want to know. So it's a very good practice to do different kind of passages inside your blog. Fourth thing, why we want to create better subheadings is to hold on to the attention of user. Now people are skimmers, people are scrollers. Like if I click maybe an article through while I'm scrolling through memes on social media, I just want to read what I want to read. I don't want to read more than 500 words. So I want to just go directly to that particular section. That's one of the good practice why you need to start using jump links as well. But coming back to this practice, if you are using right kind of subheadings, you can hold attention of different kind of people and make them read your blog throughout, and that should be your purpose when it comes to becoming a better blogger, not to become a better SEO. Okay, now how to do it? Okay, instead of why. First thing, to rank better in Google, keywords in your subheading. There is a tool, Kyle Roof tool, Pop. Okay, now that's tool, the whole purpose of that tool is to calculate your keywords and give you keywords and LSI keywords or closely related keywords which you can put in subheadings. And there was a science behind it. He have done some crazy experiments. So if you don't know about Kyle Roof, he is someone who went against Google, and there is a podcast with me and we have talked a lot about this stuff. So he went against Google and proved that there is a science behind ranking your blogs, and mostly it revolves around putting keywords on the right places on the blog. This won't run in long term. Okay, without writing a perfect piece of content in long term, you won't be able to rank. As Google is getting smart with their algorithm, you need to get smarter with the blogging techniques. You cannot just go ahead with any random AI and create a blog or multiple blogs and think that will work for you in long run. It won't. Eventually, it won't. I mean, it won't work. It still doesn't work for me. So I don't know. Okay. Second thing, you need to make your headings witty enough to hold on to the attention of the user. Now, we do different kind of things. Sometimes we try making it funny, sometimes we try different things, but there are things that work, there are things that don't work. But yeah, I mean, you can put a keyword in your subheading, but you can try and make it witty. Another tip is to make subheadings that sells the paragraph that you are about to write. So subheading should be so good that the person will be forced to read about the paragraph. That subheading should be so good that can make a person curious about what you have written in a paragraph. Okay, no, you don't need to go ahead and hire a copywriter for writing your subheadings. You can always expand into your creativity as a content writer, or you can give those kind of guidelines to your blogger. And once the blog comes, and this is what I like doing, sometimes I love playing around from my, even after content editor I have written the article before publishing, I love playing around without removing the keyword from the subheading. If I can make it rhyme, then I try doing that as well. Yeah, so rhyming, make them fun. Okay, I wrote a rhyme. So make them fun, but don't skip the pun, like something like that. I read this and I just wanted to put. So this was a subheading I read, and I was like, yeah, I mean, this guy made me read the whole paragraph. So maybe rhyming, or maybe shorter sentence or shorter headlines, that these also work really well. If you're writing something non-funny and your brand tone is not funny, you want to write something serious, then something really short. Not writing a whole subheading thinking that, oh my god, it can be something like from passage indexing and all. No, passage indexing will work with just the keyword itself. Okay, or the, if you have written article, I mean the subheading or the paragraph right, then it will work. Don't think about passage indexing and put a full question from people also ask as a subheading and then answer it. Hold on to the attention. It's not just about playing around with keywords, it's more about holding on to the attention of the reader as well. So these are some of the tips that you can use to improve your subheadings. I know these are short podcasts, so what I'm trying to do is like create 2 videos. No, so I'll try and create 4 videos in a week. In one time I'll sit and create 2, and then I'll go ahead and create another 2. I hope that works for me. So 4 videos and 4 podcasts a week is a good number. Plus, if I increase number of interviews I'm taking on my podcast, so that can become like 5 or 6. That, I mean, killer. I'll be back in the flow with all the content marketing agency work I have to do, and hold on to the personal branding as well. But yeah, I hope that works as well. And I hope you guys are loving the podcast. I love when you guys respond on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you guys are. And yeah, I'm dropping tips everywhere, different kind of tips. Love the newsletter. And my focus right now, like after podcasting, my focus is on newsletter. I'm creating my website. I don't want to get into blogging again, but whatever I want to write a very short tip for people, and I want to reach to a level where I have that many subscribers that I would send a newsletter a day. Now that's my next target. Okay, so I want to create like a lot of subscribers, and if you know people from the industry or can give my newsletter a shout out, that would mean a world to me. Or leave me a review on podcast, whatever you can do. And thank you so much guys for listening, and I will see you guys day after tomorrow. Bye.